What up, Earthbound Army? I hope everyone's having a fantastic day, night, noon, morning, whatever it is in your part of the world. Now, in this video, I want to talk about the dark side of NFT art. I want to make a community service announcement and make everyone aware of the global impacts of NFT art. Now, I know I'm not the first to raise this, and I'm by no means a professional. I'm not offering any kind of solutions, but since we're all involved in an NFT space, I think it's important to kind of educate ourselves and make ourselves aware of the global impacts of NFT, both positive and good. That's the same thing, both positive and negative. It's great that everyone is getting into NFTs. Digital artists are suddenly, getting another avenue or having another avenue to sell. They're being recognized for their amazing art. But on the flip side to that, people are plagiarizing their art, people are stealing, people are taking copyrighted material and trying to sell that and flip that. So let's first start with the global ecological impacts of NFT blockchain technology on this current space. If you are aware of how cryptocurrency works and blockchain technology works, you know that Ethereum is built on a method known as proof of work, and proof of work essentially requires computers to solve complex equations in order for transactions to be verified on their Ethereum blockchain. The computational requirements for this to happen, for the transactions to be verified, are quite energy intensive. So therefore, that implies that a lot of people are using computers, computational power. It is using a lot of electricity. It is therefore using a lot of fossil fuels to produce that electricity and producing quite a large carbon footprint. Mimo did his research, and you can see the link to his article up here, and I'll let you read it, but he analyzed 80,000 transactions relating to 18,000 NFTs on the Super Rare platform. And he found that within those 80,000 transactions, which include minting, bidding, sales, and transfers, you guys know now, you've been watching my videos, you know how all that stuff works. Every time you mint something, you're interacting with the blockchain, the Ethereum blockchain technology. Every time someone bids, it's on the blockchain. Every time a sale transfers happens, it goes from my wallet over to the buyer's wallet, and that's also on the blockchain. Every time that happens, it's using a transaction. He analyzed 80,000 transactions, and he found that it used up 82 kilowatt hours of energy to do that, and it emitted 48 kilos of CO2 into the atmosphere. So he kind of did more research, and he found that a single NFT, a single edition NFT, when dropped, it used about 340 kilowatt hours of energy and emitted 211 kilos of CO2. Now you're thinking, what does that all mean? This is all numbers. I'm not a math guy, blah, blah, blah. To make that relevant, it's equivalent to, so this is a single NFT drop artwork, right? It's equivalent to a resident in the EU consuming 1 month of electricity, flying in a plane for 2 hours, driving 1,000 kilometers on petrol, using a laptop for 3 years and using a computer for 10 months. So this is just one NFT drop, one single edition. And you know that sometimes when there's collections, there's like 100 editions. You could kind of upload one of your artwork and be like, oh, this is edition 1 of 100. And then someone else could buy edition 2 of 100. So this is really bad on the environment. It's using a lot of energy. And I'm not saying it's NFT's fault, but there's a huge NFT boom at the moment. Everyone is jumping on the NFT bandwagon, minting everything. They're minting videos, they're minting pictures, they're minting tweets, they're minting so many things. And every time you mint, every time there's a transaction, it's consuming electricity and it is emitting CO2. I'm not saying stop. I'm not persecuting anyone. I'm not trying to guilt anyone. All I'm saying is I'm learning this stuff right now, and I think it's important that if we are going to be players in the NFT space, then it's important that we kind of accept this is what we're dealing with. This is the footprint that we're leaving behind. Point number 2 of the dark side of NFT artwork, that is the devaluation of physical artwork for the increased value of the digital artwork. What do I mean by that? Now, some of you may have already heard, I'm not too sure if you have or have not, about the burning of the Banksy. Burning of the Banksy was a piece of art that was bought by a company called Injective Protocol for $95,000. Okay, the original copy was in 2006 titled Morons, and this blockchain firm bought it for $95,000 with the intention of burning the physical artwork, videotaping it, and selling it on OpenSea. And we'll just watch a bit of the video up here while I talk over it. But essentially, this masked character is going to burn this original Banksy artwork that was bought for $95,000. And the rationale behind that is, we're going to burn it, we're going to videotape the whole burning of it, and then we're going to mint that NFT, tokenize it, turn it into a digital token, and then allow the digital ownership to be sold to whoever. They're essentially saying that by removing the physical artwork from physical existence in this world, we're giving it more value because it's going to be digital. And it's like, what? Why are you doing that? So a big part of me was like, that's horrible. At the end of the day, as much as NFTs is here to stay, collectibles is fantastic, I personally would want the physical work. There's something about knowing that a person has put their time, effort into the pen strokes, the paint strokes, the whatever, into the blood, sweat and tears into creating a physical piece of artwork over just a video of it being burnt. And by the way, it's not even like, this is the video, it's so rickety, you know, they couldn't even use a tripod, for God's sakes. But anyway, you know, and I'm just thinking, would you literally burn the Mona Lisa? Would you burn a Picasso, a Van Gogh, and say, hey, we videotaped it, so now it's going to be worth more valuable? There's something about being able to walk up to a Picasso painting or a Mona Lisa painting, seeing it in person, you know, seeing the strokes, seeing the patterns, seeing the textures of the artwork. There seems to be a trend, or hopefully it's not a trend, but this guy is burning a literal physical piece of art so that it could increase in value, because they're saying, guess what, guys, you cannot physically have it anymore, you're just going to have to own this digital version of it. And you know, are you gonna like knock down the Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel and say, well, guess what, we knocked it down, but we have the video of it being knocked down and you can own that? It's unfortunate, and I'm not a fan of it. I just don't like the whole idea of ruining a physical piece of artwork, knowing someone has put a lot of time and effort, a lot of thought into it, and then just selling the digital copy. And I think this is the danger with NFTs and investors, and the corporatization and the capitalization, or the greed that comes with flipping NFTs and flipping images. But the theory has been proven correct. It was bought for $95,000 and the digital NFT was sold for $360,000. It's horrible. I don't like it. That's just my opinion. You know, people can say, oh, you don't understand the whole concept of NFT, blah blah blah. I do understand the concept of NFTs and digital ownership. I just don't like the idea of ruining physical artwork in the hopes to increase the value of it in digital form. So there you go. Look, he finishes off, he burns it, and yeah, he sells it. They sell it on OpenSea, and the bids go up and it reaches $360,000. Now, the last topic I wanted to talk about was pretty much copyright material, plagiarism. Now that everyone is verified and OpenSea is not meticulously going through and verifying everyone's artwork, there is an issue about people uploading whatever they want. Peter Kell, nothing against Peter Kell, I'm sure he's a great artist. This is not to try and hate on him or anything, but this is just a perfect example of using something that's copyrighted material, like a Homer Simpson image, kind of changing it a little bit and then selling it on one of the NFT sites for $320,000. So this artwork sold for $320,000. I know that there's like a Pokemon collectible called the Thick Pokemon. Let's see if I can get that up for you guys. So here's some pictures of the Thick collection of Pokemons. Now, no hate against this NFT creator as well, each to their own. Okay, I'm not trying to, you know, cause any issues with anyone, but like, I'm pretty sure this individual artist probably doesn't have any partnership or authority from Pokemon to create his Thick collection of Pokemons, but nonetheless, he is okay, and it's selling. So he's sold a Thick Weedle, Thick Pidgey, he's got a Thick Venusaur. So like I said, so copyrighted material, right? Another dark side of the NFT space. People are kind of just taking copyrighted imagery from well-known franchises, well-known brands, and changing it up a little bit and selling it. Again, no hate on this Thick Pokemon fellow. So that's an issue. Another issue is the plagiarism of artwork. Now, I watched a video on this by NFT Once on YouTube, so shout out to him. And this is an Indonesian artist known as Artnex. His style of work is being copied by someone called Twisted Vacancy, and I think Twisted Vacancy is selling on Rarible or one of those platforms. I can't remember which one. The argument is saying that, hey, you're using the same color palette, you're using the same style as me, and you're selling your works on these platforms, and they're actually selling for decent money. So as you can see here, you know, a lot of the pieces have been kind of copy and pasted over across. And the funny thing is, right, they've interviewed this Twisty Vacancy guy, and he says, look, I'm not even a trained artist. What I do is I work with a group of people, 28 people in his team, and we outsource most of the stuff. So instead he outsources all of the elements from the internet. The elements are then outlined or traced and saved into an asset bank. So he has like an asset bank of, let's say, 100, I don't know, and he outsources the artwork. Color palette is similar. He kind of just spits it and makes this collage. And Artnex is like saying, or a lot of people have brought it to Artnex's attention that, hey, there's someone out there that's kind of copying your artwork or your style of artwork, and people are kind of calling out Twisted Vacancy for this. He's trying to defend himself. He's just saying that I'm taking like motivation, inspiration from your work. I'm not actually taking directly from your work. And he argues that there is this kind of law that says, you know, you can copy 10 to 20% similarity of certain artworks, and that's okay. Nonetheless, it seems like a direct, I wouldn't say rip off, but direct copy or taken in inspiration from Artnex style. And this is what will happen on NFT artwork space. You know, no doubt you will see a lot of popular artists have their style kind of taken, rejigged, and sold on OpenSea, Rarible, Nifty Gateway, whatever. So that is the real issue. When you reach out to these sites, I've heard that they do look at it and they will consider taking it down, but nonetheless, there's so much artwork being uploaded and minted on these platforms at the moment. Can they really catch everything? This is the NFT space that we're playing in at the moment. Please be aware that it's a very immature space. Despite it being, NFT has been around since 2017. The boom didn't happen then. It's kind of starting to happen now with the whole COVID situation. Apparently people have just been buying digital artwork because all the museums and everything was closed. So yeah, there you go. Hopefully you learned something new. Until next video, have an awesome day, and I'll see you soon.